I thought I had the whole fasting thing figured out until menopause hit. My body changed overnight and it was like a whole new system. That same fasting schedule that was helping me for so long was not giving me any results. And if I'm being honest with myself, I felt defeated. But when I made one shift that completely changed the game for me. If you've been struggling with fasting in your 50s, I think this might be the missing piece. And if you want the full strategy, because I can't give it all here in the video, then please do get my book, and it's called The Fasting Lifestyle Weight Loss Guide for the Mature Woman. In my 40s, I could fast effortlessly. I can do the 16-8, I could have done the OMAD, which of course I still do, but 2MAD, any of these things were giving me some type of results. As soon as I turned 50, everything came to a halt. I started gaining weight, more like 15 pounds. Honestly, I mean, I couldn't believe how fast I was ticking up the scale. I was embarrassed and I didn't even want to take any pictures for these videos I did in the past around that time frame. I was hiding, behind my clothes, and I felt like my energy dropped and everything was just so hard. The weight I made dropped maybe 3 or 4 pounds in say a 36-hour or 48-hour fast, and then immediately it was right back the next day. And no matter how long I fasted, the scale would not move. I felt like, what was I doing all that for? And didn't see anything change on the scale. Then I realized that I was going through menopause, and there were at least 20 to 30 types of symptoms and behaviors is what was affecting me. The stress of having a corporate job that was already high stress without all the outside interferences and distractions. And I knew I had to do something different. Introducing the process over program mindset. That comes from my ebook, by the way. So I had been treating fasting like a very strict program. I was being very disciplined about it, but now I needed to embrace it as a very flexible process. Instead of forcing a 20-hour fast when my body wasn't responding, I adjusted it. Shifting my fasting windows, that made a very huge difference, and focusing on whole, nourishing foods, cutting out the junk food, stop the sugar. I know I'm a sugar fiend. That was a huge factor in what was holding me back. The hormones changes obviously were giving me more cravings for sugar, and so I continued to have it somewhere in my diet, and even things that I didn't realize had sugar in it. And that's all about processed foods. In processed foods, most of those items have sugar in it of some sort. They just may have a different name, some kind of syrup or, some kind of technical name that I can't even pronounce that may be in your food. And that's causing your hormones to go crazy, and the insulin resistance is there and it's hanging on for dear life, and it's not going to budge until you make a shift in what you're eating. So I stopped obsessing over the perfect eating window and started honoring what my body is asking for and what it really needs. So if I'm hungry in the morning, and usually I don't eat breakfast, you know what? I just started kicking that around, in 1 or 2 days in the week, I just eat breakfast. And then I shift my fasting to eating earlier, finishing it off in the evening, like about 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock even. And then I start the new fast. So when you move things around and really confuse the body, just like when you're working out and you're lifting weights, you want to do different weights in different parts of the body on different days, right? So it doesn't get used to a regular routine. You need to mix it up on how and when you're doing your fast throughout the week. So this is exactly what I teach in my Begin Again method, which is 4 steps, and you have to do it in combination of each other. It's just about making small progress, baby steps, and then all that combined together with the Begin Again method, you will see results, and it'll just happen to sneak up on you, and you just say, voila, how did I lose that 10 pounds in a couple of weeks, right? Or a month or 2. A month is definitely still on fast track if you're doing some type of intermittent fasting daily, and combination of your exercise, combination of your sleep, and getting rid of stress and bringing it down. You have to do those things, or it won't matter what you eat and how you're doing your fitness if your stress is off the chain. I have 3 steps that you need to take. Start with a fasting window that works for you. No one else, not me, not your girlfriend or anyone that's doing intermittent fasting. You have to make it work for your own body. If it's a 16/8 and it feels hard or feels difficult and you're hungry and you feel like you're not gonna make it, then don't push it. Why get your stress level, cortisol levels up, and it goes against the grain of what you're trying to do? Instead, just do like a 14/10, right? That's more easy and slow and peaceful way, gentle fasting. If old MAD drains you, then try 2 MAD, 2 meals a day. Number 2, focus how you break your fast. In my freebie, I have 5 easy fast breaking recipes that you can use to break the fast, to make it easy to ease in and out of extended types of fasts. So what you eat after a fast is just as important as the fast itself. I mentioned the types of foods that are easier to break down and that are easier to ease into. When you're coming out of an extended fast, more than 24 hours, then there's some suggestions in there and tips on how you can break your fast the smart way. And when you're breaking your fast, you want to include high protein. High protein is what gives you energy and also keeps you satiated, so you're not eating consistently over and over and start snacking. So I give you these high protein and whole food options that will keep you satiated. And number 3, ditch the all or nothing approach. If you slip up, don't punish yourself. Just begin again. This is a lifestyle and it's not a punishment. So think about it that way. Everything you do, it stacks up. And the average of all of the good foods that you're eating throughout the week, which is usually less calories, that will help you in weight loss without counting calories and doing the intermittent fasting schedules that you're setting for yourself, you will gain results this way. Don't think about it so much and don't think about it so hard. But if you don't get rid of that stress, I'm telling you, everything you're doing it in vain. So if you've been struggling with fasting, I get it. You really are not by yourself on this. You're not alone. And it's just about tweaking the schedule that's going to work for you in this stage of life that we're in now. I needed to be specific to the ladies that are having menopausal challenges to lose the weight. And it's for everyone, even if you're perimenopause. It's even for men as well. You just have to probably skip the hormonal section for menopause. But everything else is universal enough to understand that we're in this age and stage of our life that we have to make adjustments that are different than what we did in our 20s, 30s, and even 40s. So I go deep into the exact strategy that will help you and give you options that you can think about. And these alternatives will make you work out a better customized strategy to yourself. Not only did it help me through weight loss plateaus, it helped me manage my menopause symptoms, and it helped me regain control of my own body. So again, I'll leave that link in the description box and I'll probably put it in the comment section as well. I would love to hear from you though. What are you doing differently with your fasting schedule? And then what is working for you? And I love to know if you have any questions that are coming off of this video that I can answer in a new video. I will do that for you as well. Always remember, you can begin again. And drink your water.